Neil, congratulations. In terms of how well you've played at the Crucible, yesterday's session, where would you rank it?
Certainly up there. I think obviously, I had a great start in the match, played very well, put Michael under a huge amount of pressure, and kind of just kept him in his chair. Really, it's a brutal game when you're on the receiving end of a heavy defeat or a heavy sort of loss in a session, and I guess when you draw a debutant, you can take advantage of them not knowing what to expect when they get out there. I think when you walk down those stairs for the first time and you see the crowd there, it's probably, I know he won the shootout, but he probably wouldn't have experienced anything like that before. The crowd is so close to you that even the slightest of mistakes, you can hear them whispering, you can hear everything, and so I had to take full advantage of that, and I was really pleased with the way I played yesterday for sure.
Going to say, was there a particular element of your play that pleased you most?
I was just pretty ruthless, I think, with capitalising on any chances. Restricted him to a couple of half chances. He never. To Michael's defence, he didn't really have any what you call like plum chances in the balls, where the balls were set nicely for him to make an easy 30 or 40 before he had to do anything difficult. So, I guess with the season I've had coming in here into the tournament with full of confidence and not really worried about the draw, as maybe the last couple of years hoping for a nice easy one. This year I wasn't really too concerned, and I think that was pretty evident in my play yesterday.
And in terms of your approach coming into tonight, did it change in any way of just being 9-0 up and thinking I just need to get one out of the way, or was it still that ruthless focus?
Well, after the first session of 9-0, I thought I'll just go out like the back way. Ding's match happened to finish at his session finished at the same time, so I know it took me about 45 minutes to get to like the top of that road there, because I stopped for all the selfies and autographs and everything. I thought, I'm 9-0 up, so I don't really care the weight or anything like that. And I had about 400 people tell me, Colin, you got to let him win a frame. And I like Michael a lot as well. He's a really nice guy. So I'm thinking, the killer instinct in me, God, I'd love to win a 10-0. That'd be so nice here. But then at the same time, it's like I want Michael to at least have something to take away from the experience playing here. You're never guaranteed to win the 3 rounds to get back here again, even though I'm sure he will one day. I tried to win the first frame, but he made a really good break. So the most important thing is that, because I'm going back to Cambridge tonight, was to finish it nice and early, get back home. A few days just sort of chilling out, practicing, at my club and stuff, and then head back up, because it's important to try and win the sessions or win matches as early as possible to give yourself as much rest in between the matches, because it's really important.
And in terms of that performance, has that laid down a marker to the rest of the field, do you think?
No, I mean, Sean won't be fazed about that at all. I think a lot's been said about the bottom half of the draw, and rightly so. That bottom quarter, you got Ding and you got Judd and Ronnie, Allen, Selby, it's very strong. But the top half has got a lot of pedigree in this championship as well, where I think there's 5 winners, 5 previous winners. You got the current world champion there as well. So the whole draw is very, very difficult, and last 16 tie, in previous years they used to be sort of pretty easy to negotiate. But you got Sean Murphy as a previous winner, and Sean will definitely be up for it, because he doesn't like being sort of like not talked about in terms of potential candidates to win this tournament. So he'll be very determined to put that right.
Did you get to see any of his session this afternoon, and him seeing that he's 9-0 up as well? Did you see any of that?
Yeah, I saw a little bit, because Lou was at academy in China where a friend of mine actually coaches, and so I was just kind of like seeing how he'd do, and obviously he got off to a bad start, and it was like watching my match, I guess, probably with Michael, where Sean played very well, took advantage of all the mistakes, and so I feel bad for Lou, because obviously big build up, he's a really talented pianist as well, so there's a big story about him. So I think just pressure probably got the better of him, and hopefully he can kind of have a good day tomorrow and just win a couple of frames or something, at least have something to take back.
In terms of Sean as well, sort of playing himself into form at the Crucible and getting that sort of a big win under his belt as well, how much does that set that up, that last 16 match, in terms of 2 players in form?
Yeah, I mean, like I say though, Sean's not someone who's really bothered. It's like Selby as well, so like Mark's, for the first time probably not the favourite or second favourite, but he's not someone who's really bothered by that, because this tournament is completely different. I think Sean doesn't really suit him playing, on the back tables, best out of 7s, best out of 9s. You're playing best out of 19, best of 25s. It's just a completely different tournament altogether. So it doesn't really mean much. The form guide is sort of irrelevant, really.
And is that the same in terms of your last meetings? Will there be Masters finals, semi-final here, 10 years ago or more?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the top players we play each other so many times. I think previous meetings don't matter sort of too much unless one person is clearly on top in the sort of tactical and safety exchanges where they're just creating chance after chance. With Sean, he's very aggressive, and I'm very attacking as well. So it's not really kind of going to be like that. It'll probably be who scores the heaviest, and you'd probably have to say my safety's maybe a bit more polished than his, but he's a more aggressive player. So it'll just be interesting to see sort of how that unfolds.
Is the key thing for you, though, obviously you're one of the players being talked about as one of the potential winners, is it about making sure you don't put too much pressure on yourself?
Yeah, but I don't. I'm just coming here and playing. 6 finals, winning 3 tournaments, whatever happens, it's my best ever season by a million miles. And look where I was last year off the table and stuff. It's just like, who cares? I'm just playing. I'm just enjoying it. And that's obviously makes me a very dangerous opponent because I'm not really bothered about the result, even though I'd love to win this tournament, and I really would. I don't care. Like the last few years, I've been desperate to try and win it. You look up, it was 5 years since the last one. It's 6 years, 7 years. I don't care anymore. What I've been through last couple of years away from the table, sort of, I guess, that kind of part of me died. And it's kind of like I've evolved as a human being as a consequence of that. And luckily Miller and I came through that. And, baby girl. So it's just kind of like irrelevant, even if I don't win this tournament again. I just want to go out, play, and hope the crowd really enjoy the matches that they watch. So, yeah, like I say, it makes me pretty dangerous for sure.